Good morning, brethren. Another day at the combine. Just thought I'd do a quick video. Got a lot on, so just thought I'd squeeze it in. We're just about to go and get some lunch, but my last video showed it running up sort of like it was last thing at night. I'd been at it all day. I'd done a little bit, a couple of sweating, done a couple of jobs on some tractors for someone. In between doing this combine, I didn't get here until late the other day because I was so tired. I had a day off yesterday again, but I feel a lot better because I was really worn out and just needed that rest, and it's made all the difference. I was going to work at it again yesterday, but I'll tell you what, having that rest has made me twice as effective today. Really, my thought thinking straight, So, yeah, so the video the other day I showed you the feed auger was a little bit bent. You might have seen it, you might not have done, but that was the first time I'd seen this combine fully running up. So we got I have got another auger to put in it, but it's quite a big job. So you've got these tend to stick, and there's a stub shaft on the other end for the drive. So this holds the central shaft that alters the fingers. And the stub shaft at the other end drives the whole outside of the auger, but there's a little finger sticking out this feeder beater that feeds the drum, and it's touching one of the others. This auger is slightly bent as well, and we did get some straps around it, a JCB loader, and we were tweaking it, and I think we've succeeded a little bit. We haven't straightened it out basically, but we were all basically lifting a 5-ton combine off the ground with the feed auger, and we thought, well, that'll have to do. We've got another auger, but we'll fit that in the winter probably if we deem it necessary. And yeah, we're getting on all right now. I put a little bit of rad weld in the rad. I know it's not kosher, but for the time we've got and whatever, I mean, it's not the biggest job in the world to fix it, but if it fixes it for the show season, then that's good. It just takes a little bit of pressure off where we don't have to rebuild that. I say I've got to rebuild bolt the walkers on. We're just going to put a grease nipple in this, clean this unloading auger drive. I've put a new bearing on the shaft that comes off the tail shaft off the engine. New bearing. We're going to put some fresh bushes in. They're not actually new, but they're good, sort of half good second hand. Yeah, so we've still got to put the knife in. I've got to put sort of bush out on the feeder beater that I've noticed. I'm going to cut the end off one that finger that's sticking out of there. We noticed this is a bit worn. It's actually the shaft. We have got another thing we've noticed as well that hopefully doesn't become too much of a problem, but may potentially be. We've found there's a corner box on, so that's the gearbox, and around the other side, underneath there, on tails on the gearbox, is like they call it a bevel box, but it's like a corner box. It sort of turns the transmission on a 90 degree into the diff, and there's two bevel gears that run against each other in some oil, and I drained the oil out of there, and then this morning when I was putting the plug back in, and after it all drained out, I found there was a couple of broken teeth in the bottom there. So it could well be a problem, but the thing is, I think from my experience, really, I know it's not ideal, but for the amount of work we're going to do with this and the size of the job it is, I mean, certainly we're going to try and go through the summer, but it's not making any noise, and if I don't notice anything wrong with it, I'm going to leave it. I mean, people might not necessarily agree with that, but at the end of the day, that's just a decision I've made. It until it actually breaks, might as well leave it, because there was no, do you know what, there was those broken teeth, but there wasn't any iron filings in the oil, nothing. Usually you'd find the oil silver, goes silver with metal, but it didn't. And I think, do you know what, for all the hassle I've got to go through that, and if that carries on running for the rest of my life, what's the point? What is the point? Just because I know that, that's just the way I'm looking at it right now, and it might well break, and if it does, I'll fix it. But I'll leave it at that, and in a little minute, I'll say a little minute, a couple of hours, once I've had something to eat, and I've just done a couple of extra jobs like tighten the engine belt. I'll show you it running up properly in the sunlight, and yeah, good stuff. First time in 30 years. I don't suppose it ever thought it was going to be running again. We're going to clean it. We've got some linseed oil, which is my favourite, which set fire to my last Model C, but be careful with it this time, and wipe the whole patina of the combine down, shine it up, and yeah, it should be ready for show season. I'll hopefully going up to do my Model A in the week as well. Luke's going to come and help me do that. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit worried because I've got some work to do. We've got to get number plates for it as well. Actually, yeah, message me if anybody knows, like local around the Midlands, anybody who does any decent black pressed metal plates for the vintage vehicles, because they will do them, but they want all the documentation and that to do it. And you know, we can do it, but it's just hassle, isn't it? But yeah, okay. See you later. Bye. Right then, making good headway now. Just about to start it up and run it up. I've run it up already, but I'll put the knife in now. So this is basically the full run up. We've sorted out the noises in the auger and tightened up the belt, tightened up the clutch again because it was slipping a bit. Tightened up the main drive belt. Yeah, like I say, put the knife drive on. Like I say, I've got to set the sickle time, and I'm just going to check that in a second. Put bolts in the straw walkers. Pretty good now. Gonna put tail shaft on it. Luke's just doing the tail shaft. Gonna do the oil pressure line from the engine, and it's just like tidying up jobs. Gonna wipe it over with an oily rag before we put the guards on. Obviously still got to do the rear. We're going to do that last job, but yeah, we're pretty good now. You know, we're basically home now, so yeah, we're happy with it. I was a little bit concerned about it, not yesterday, the day before, but I think my concerns are sort of wavered a little bit now. But I'm just going to start it, and we'll have a look, see what happens. Just lift this up. Sure everything's alright. There you go, I just turned it off. I noticed something I want to check on the knife. I want to keep it running if it's, I just want to make sure that it's alright. Sickle timing seems pretty good, to be honest. I got it right. So good guess. Yeah, I might do another one, catch up later at the end of the day. But yeah, it's looking good. I've recovered. I've recovered from what I thought was going to be a little bit of a disaster possibly. But yeah, it's all looking good again. Managed to turn it all around. So yeah, happy now. I'll see you in a little while. Bye. Afternoon, people. Yeah, end of the day, and I'm not going to repeat myself too much, but it's all worked out pretty well. And we just couple of things for sort of Monday morning and Tuesday. The oil pipe to the engine oil pressure. We're making an in-between bit. I'm joining the copper pipe to the two steel pipes either end, so a steel pipe at either end, so they still keep the original fittings because I haven't got those, so I'm just joining it onto it. And the fittings I've got don't quite work together very well, so I've got a slightly different shape ones, but then I'll bring them next time, fit that on it, zip tie it all up, try and get the amp meter working. I noticed the engine temperature thing isn't connected, so I might try and have a look at that. But it's all working. The engine's all working good. So, but obviously I want those on if I can get them done in time for the show. Then that's good. And I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, not much. Just a couple of little bits and pieces. Obviously the reel. We're going to give it a good wipe down and put the guards on it, and then that's done. You know, and then Wednesday, like I say, Wednesday we're going up to do the Model A, hubback Model A and the little shortback Model A, and get them ready. Yeah, so it's all looking good. And far cry from, yeah, what was it? So it's Saturday night, Thursday night. I thought, oh no, here we go. But we've resurrected it quite well. The auger is still slightly bent, but we've managed to stop it all clattering about. I think we've straightened it a tiny bit. When we were trying to straighten it, it was lifting the whole combine off the ground. So I thought, well, you know, we'll just leave it at that. We've done what we can. Yeah, so I'll probably I'll do another video on Monday or Tuesday or something like that. But there you go. I'm glad it is running. It's all working well now. So there you go. 4 or 5 weeks work, and we've got basically a good working combine. Really, I mean. We don't want to speak too soon. I really don't. I really hope not, but I might end up having to do a bit of transmission rebuild on it one day. But we've just had to see how it goes. You know, if it breaks down, it breaks down. It's just one of those things. But yeah, catch you again. See you later. Bye.